So it never rains, but it pours in Lenovo land. It's one of those evenings where you just kind of sit down, just getting ready to chill out and think, nothing crazy can happen in the world of handheld gaming today. It's just Monday. It's done. Well, Lenovo said, hold my cocoa because I've got other plans for your evening. I'm going to increase the price of our Z1E handhelds by 75%. It almost doubles in price. It doesn't really make any sense what Lenovo are up to here, but it seems to be a continuation of the trend of what we saw with their Z2E versions, the Lenovo Legion Go 2. This is talking about the Lenovo Legion Go S having a eye-watering price increase over in the US. And at this point, I don't really understand what they're trying to do. I'm beginning to believe the story that me and Andy were talking about in the podcast, that Lenovo don't even want to sell handhelds anymore. Anyway, let's catch up on the latest as to what happened. The Go S we're talking about, which is the baby brother of the Go 2. This is the non-OLED variant. This is the one that has either the Z1 Extreme or the Z2 Go, which is Lenovo's own exclusive processor in there. We're talking about that, the baby brother. That's just had its official retail price increased by up to 75%. The Steam OS Go S with the Z1E is now retailing at Best Buy, which is the official US retailer, at, get this, $1,579.99. And we can't leave off the 99 because, God, what would they do without it? That's an absolutely gigantic price increase of $680. What the actual $680 is the kind of price we were starting to see things like the Steam Deck for. So that is just the price increase. And when we look over to the less powerful Ryzen Z2 Go variant with just 16 gig of RAM and a measly 512 gig SSD, that's retailing, and its official new retailer price at, get this, $989.99. Just a cool 52% increase overnight. Why not? Let's just do it. This isn't the OLED. This isn't the flagship. This isn't Z2E or 32 gig of RAM. This is a $680 increase for the LCD Z1E and a $340 increase for the super lightweight Z2 Go. It's madness. At this point, I'm trying to figure out, are they trying to dissuade us from buying this device and these lineups of devices? The handhelds in general, because they've all gone eye-watering. We saw the Go 2 increase by almost, what was it? It was up to almost $2,800, wasn't it? Which is mad. Who's buying it at that point? Which is the real question. Who are they expecting to buy it? At these price points, just go buy an Asus. Go buy a last generation Asus. Go get the Ally X with the Z1E in it. Look for a pre-owned one. You'll get it for the price that they've increased it by. Which is just madness. There's so much value to be had in that past generation. If you're not worried about the OLED, then just go get that and it will be much less. I've seen them in the UK for sub 500 second hand, so they're there if you want it. I mean, the whole thing's made even worse when you consider what Lenovo's lines were when they were launching the Go S range back in CES last year when we first covered it. All that time ago, 12 months ago, they said that this would start at $500. Well, they've just increased the price by that much. Obviously, those days are gone, but it seems like Lenovo are hit hardest with this. I want to dig into that a little bit more in a second. There's no word on price increase in other territories yet, but much like we saw with the price of the Lenovo Legion Go 2, that doubled in price in the US and hasn't been affected elsewhere yet. So as of recording this, I looked at the UK pricing, no changes there yet. So this is just a US thing currently, but surely it's going to roll out everywhere else too. Last week, when the stories about the Z2E variant, the Lenovo Legion Go 2 flying up in price, I maybe naively assumed that this was just going to be a flagship thing. This was maybe because of that 8.8-inch OLED that it's got, or maybe it's the RAM configuration. I naively hoped that this price increase for Lenovo would be exclusive to their flagship model, maybe because of the storage costs or RAM costs, but it doesn't seem to be the case, and it leaves me questioning with Lenovo in general, with them increasing the prices across the board, across all of their handhelds at such a dramatic level. I don't understand what's happening here, because when you look across at their competitors, yes, there has been price increase, there's been marginal bumps, there's been $100 price increases here and there, but nothing to this level, nothing to like almost doubling the prices of what should be their kind of entry point models. Does that mean that they are more exposed to these component price problems? Is it a tariff thing just for the US? Maybe they're just getting ahead of the curve of what prices will become for everything else. All of those things seem a bit far-fetched when it could just be one of two things. And this is kind of where I think it actually sits. Either they think they can just get away with charging that much, because that was kind of their line when they launched the Go 2, that they were aiming it at enthusiast devices. But at that point, we were talking about a device that had an 8-inch OLED, 32 gig of RAM, the latest Z2E, and was hitting that like $1,000 price point, that £1,000 price point. And we were like, oof, that's quite expensive. But their line was, it's for enthusiasts. Enthusiasts are willing to spend more on the higher end tech. We sell less of these units, but they have the highest configuration that we could do. Is it that rhetoric that Lenovo have, and they think that they can just kind of get away with it? But then that doesn't tally up with this affecting things like the Z2 Go variant of this device, which is their entry point, which was supposed to come in when they first announced it at $500. That's now at $989.99. So is it more likely, and I still find this hard to understand, but is it more likely that they're just trying to get out entirely? Is this them just trying to pull the plug on the Lenovo Legion Go range entirely, step out of handhelds? Is it too expensive for them to realistically fight in this market? We saw it with some of the smaller manufacturers a couple of weeks ago with A&E and the Next 2, kind of for them pulling the plug on pre-orders on that because they couldn't afford to retail it anymore. Is this a continuation of this? Are Lenovo just more exposed to this? Do they just ship less units? Who knows? But this price increase is definitely across their entire lineup. Do they even want to sell it anymore? Is the Lenovo Legion Go handheld range dead? I will say for certain it's dead at that price point, because I wholeheartedly could not recommend this to anyone. A Z2 Go at $989, that doesn't make sense. A Z1E, $1,579.99. Those prices don't make sense. No one's going to buy it at that point. And then obviously the final question to ask as well is, what's going to happen to the Z2E SteamOS version, which was supposed to be here in a matter of weeks? Is that even going to launch now? And if it does, at what price point is it going to be? Are we going to see it also at the plus $2,000 price point? $2,500 maybe? It doesn't make sense. No one's buying it at this point. My recommendations to you, that if you're sat on the fence, if you can get it at the old price, get it. Really, if you want some value, look at the pre-owned, look at open boxed. Look at things like the Ally X with the Z1E. That's an incredible device. It punches way above its price point still. It's still got a lot of life into it. Look there. Otherwise, hold on to your money and wait for this to ride out, because that is mad. I cannot recommend stepping into the Lenovo range if they are going to be asking for $1,579.99 for a Z1E. Absolutely mental. I hope that this is the end of this madness and we start to see things calm down as we progress, but I'm not going to be so naive as to hold my breath anymore, because it just seems to be at least once a week we see at least Lenovo seemingly almost doubling the price of every device that they have on the market. It's getting wild. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of break that news to you. The bad news, I guess. Sharing bad news. Why am I always sharing bad news and Andy's always sharing the exciting stuff? Who knows? See if we can change this setup around somehow. Make sure you join in the conversation down in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. Would it change your mind about stepping in, or do you think there's still some value there? If you do think that, let me know where you see the value, because I'd love to know. Let us know all of that down in the comments down below. Make sure you like this video. Subscribe for more handheld gaming content. We've got channel memberships open. If you do want to join in the conversation over on our private channel members Discord, I'd love to see you there too. So anyway, until next time, bye.